a service that applies a company that gives a service of applied behavior analysis for autistic children. This is the home page. This is the navbar right here. Navbar has animation using just CSS. Button right here. The navbar is in the div Bootstrap div fixed top, which means it stays at the top. Also using JavaScript. After scrolling 100 pixels, it changes from transparent to visible. This is done here. So navbar transparent is what it starts with. Navbar fixed top to keep it at the top. Animated fade in is to make it give it that fade look. The script for that is here. So after it scrolls over 100 pixels, it will add navbar default and remove navbar transparent. And since it starts with transparent, it begins transparent, and once it goes to 100, it becomes the default. And the CSS for that is here. Here. Default and transparent. And this is all the top nav. It's all for the look. Logo is for this one. Give it a different color. Next is a video background. This is done in the header and overlay. Like this. Which is here. So in the header and overlay, these are the settings for the video. This is the actual video. And the CSS for that is here. Right here. So that makes it fully responsive. As you can see. Also, the menu. I missed that one out. The menu becomes into a drop down once it goes under 600 pixels. This is done with this. So as a part of the menu items, there's another one here. And using this script, it will appear. Next is the main text. This is done through a container. So container, 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 container. And inside is a call with 12. Another one with 12. So that makes it all fully responsive. This is the HTML for it. In the container, 12. They're all the same. Next, we have the footer right here, which is in a div text center. So that is also responsive. So I found this image online, put it in 3D Paint, added the text, and changed it a bit. This sits in the header, similar to the background video, which is here. It's in an overlay, and the CSS for that is here. No, it's here because it also refers to the CSS of the about. So the CSS for that one is here, giving it a height compared to the width, which means it can be responsive. That. See. Next we have testimonials. This is a carousel. Fully responsive as well. As you can see. The HTML for that is here. So in a container, the row, and then 8, keep it in the center. There it is. Next we have this here. Using JavaScript, it from opacity 0, the JavaScript will take the opacity to 1. The script for that is here. So once the bottom of the window is greater than the bottom of the element, then it will make the opacity 1 from 0, which is here, opacity 0. Which is all responsive as well. See? Now, the way that this is done is using 2 big columns, so that when the screen becomes smaller, the right column will go under the left one. And then these are all in call 12, call SM12. with box shadowing to give it this effect. Radius. The CSS for that is here. And the CSS for the carousel as well is all here. Also, to give this effect here for the transition is an HR. And the CSS for that is here. There we go. All fully responsive. Careers. Same. Found an image online. Changed it, added text. And using the same code, made it responsive. Next is a text here. Fully responsive. This is the background picture. And this is the HTML for each one. So it's an overlay. On top of the overlay is a container to contain it. And then a 12 with a padding of 8% to not keep it on the side. That's it. Next is the about. Same. Found a picture online, edited it in 3D Paint. Put it in there, and same code, make it responsive. Next is the code for that is here. Next is overlays on top of that containers and call 12. Same as the previous page to add the text here. Then we have the display of our team here. On hovering, it transforms and it flips the card. Now on, and it's all super responsive. But on mobile, I made it so that it does not have the hover effect, because on mobile the hover does not work properly. So on mobile I made it so that it doesn't have that effect. Let's see. And it's all fully responsive. Next is a contact us. Same, found a picture online, edited in 3D Paint, fully responsive. Code for that is here. Here we have an HR with a border pixels that creates the line, and then a contact form and Google Maps. The HTML for the contact form is here, and using CSS, all of this here, make it look that way, and to give it that blue border. And it all sits in a container and div 6 so that it can be with in a line with the Google Maps. I set the height and the width to make it align with it. HTML for that is here. And because this is a development key, it will say for development purposes only. Right here, that's the key. And set the latitude and longitude to make it my house. And here's the height and the width. And it's all fully responsive. uh, that is it. Here it is on Mozilla. Everything works the same. And responsive the same way. The only problem with Mozilla is that there's a problem with the opacity. It doesn't run as smooth as Google Chrome. Do not know why. Everything else works great. And on Internet Explorer, this works fine. Some CSS. This is the only CSS that does not work on Internet Explorer. But everything else works fine. Drop down and everything. All responsive. Just some CSS does not work in Internet Explorer. Here are the pages, all the media, all the CSS files. I'll now show everything one by one, all the pages one more time. And on mobile, And here's the HTML for it. I'll now show all the HTML first and then the CSS. That is it. Thanks for watching.